How you doing, guys? This is my season one review of the BBC slash Netflix detective series Collateral. I'm not a fan of this show, to be honest with you. There are good things about it. You can argue there are good things about it, but I boil it down to three major dislikes. What they do with the storytelling, how they handle certain ideas, political ideas, but just ideas in general, and the acting. One, storytelling, specifically certain B and C plots. I wish they cut the fat with some of these stories. I understand what they're trying to do. In general, actually, to be clear, I do think the storytelling was good, was done well. I just think they needed to cut a lot of these C and D plots, even though they were probably like B plots, but they felt like C and D plots because they were that bad quality. On one hand, I see they're trying to make everyone seem three dimensional, even characters who don't have a big part to play in the very main storyline. On the other hand, I'd rather you prioritize time that goes into, again, specific things to do with the mystery started slash conspiracy in the first episode, with exploring certain big themes, political themes, and just big ideas about culture that, with more nuance. Instead of, example, the priest character and the priest's girlfriend. Actually, I didn't mind that as much. The thing I had big issue with, the MP and the Dom X that the MP has. Oh, I hated so much. Oh my, they should have cut that. They could have cut so much. That didn't feel useful at all. Again, on the one hand, you could argue it's trying to make people three dimensional and see the humanity in everyone. The show's called Collateral. It's trying to make people see all sides to every story. Fair enough. I don't need to see every side to that story. It's boring. It's not quality. Show me the main meat and gravy. Flipping heck. Hurt my feelings. The second big thing, how they handled politics. This show, even though I believe it came out originally about 5 years prior to now, the mid 2010s, and there was a big thing, big topic that reflected something that was going on in UK politics and in our culture at the time. And I'm not talking about Brexit, by the way. But this is a great example of how badly you can handle something like this show does. It's a big issue in this show, and every time they show one opposing view, it's usually depicted as, oh, these people seem like they're trying to see deeper. They care about so and so. And every time, on the other hand, you showed an opposing side, an opposing view on this topic. It was usually displayed through characters who seemed like they didn't really give a damn about it, didn't really care, or they were just plain dicks. And sometimes there's one character that outright admits, no, I can't say the word because then it'll clue you into what I'm talking about. I am not a good person. I will. Yeah, they make a joke about something that really ticks me off and made me realize that probably when the show came out, I probably would have liked it more, but still been skeptical because I was on a journey even back then with this belief that you can only think one way about certain views and certain things in society. But now watching the show, it made me realize this is a great example that yes, you need to have more understanding of current issues, but understanding isn't the same as no, only this view is the empathetic one, and then other views that seem to counter that are people represented by people who are dead inside or just nasty people. Boy, some of the things that were done in this series, I understand why it's only one season. I'll put it that way. Lastly, the acting. I think the acting, to a fault, especially with the main character played by Carey Mulligan, and some of the general acting with some other characters, was the saving grace of the series. Again, to a fault. What I mean by that, on the one hand, again, you could see it as a positive. I do broadly. Carey Mulligan, the main character, main police officer, detective, like her character. I felt like there was something nurturing about her. I don't know if it's just like her being a female detective or her as an actress or a bit of both. But you can tell the writer knew how to use her in a certain situation. There's a certain situation where she talks to the perpetrator of a crime that is committed at the very start of episode 1 in this series. Another scene where we see the perpetrator of the crime, very scenes with her actually that start to build on her. I said her. No! Oh yeah, cat's out of the bag. The perpetrator of a certain crime is a she. There is a scene that also builds on her humanity. Something bad happens to this person. And just like a noir, it shows you that there are so many shades of grey to all of these characters in this world. No one is a purely like good person, a purely sympathetic person. And there is a bit of a bittersweet feeling. Like, just because certain events happen this way doesn't mean, for the future is going to be happy ever after, even if you never see these characters again in another season. But I just felt like they were holding up all of the other issues I had, like with the acting of the perpetrator, the acting of the main police detective, Carey Mulligan. Her partner, actually, wait. Yeah, one of her partners was a man who seemed to play by the book, but also seemed like he really cared about doing his job, and I respect that. So I see what they're trying to do. I just didn't care too much because of the other issues I had. The other issues I had made it feel like it doesn't matter how good your acting is. If you're trying to put pixie dust over a soggy, like expired piece of, name the food, banana, orange with the mold on it, but you're trying to paint it, you're trying to put some dye over it, trying to put glitter over it, I still see the mold. Do you know what I mean? So the house was weak, but the paint job, the acting was good, and I liked that. But it's more of a backhanded flaw, because like I said, it still felt like the series was mediocre overall. And I really expected to do this review being positive, but I knew I had to be hard on myself, because I can be a bit of a fanboy and only look at the positive. I have to sometimes just be honest and be a bit strict, because I know I may feel this way. I may embrace this in the future, that this wasn't a good series at all, actually. But that is my final verdict, guys. Again, thought it was mediocre. Didn't like the what they did, the storytelling, B-line stories, the how they handled certain ideas, political issues, or like the perspectives of people and how they portrayed those ideas. And I felt like the acting to a fault was a saving grace of the series with certain characters, not every character. Tell me what you guys think down below, whether you've seen the show, whether you haven't. Yeah, press that thumbs up button, share this video if you like it, check out some other videos, and press that subscribe button, guys. Just right there, just click it. See more. Other than that, signing off. Salute.